I'm a boxer brief guy, so the boxer brief rebellion.
Boxer briefs?
It's the best of both
worlds.
worlds.
Make a commitment.
It's the best of both worlds.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's Rowdy.com Big Three NASCAR issues following the All-Star race. Buzz Cutler, what are they?
Well, Carl Edwards obviously had the best car Saturday night at the All-Star race. Is he now the presumptive favorite for the Coke 600?
Yes. Next issue.
All right, next issue. Kimi Raikkonen made his NASCAR debut in the Truck Series. Did he finish? He finished in 15th. Was that a stronger finish than what you expected?
Yes. Next issue.
David Ragan winning the showdown. Has he now saved his job?
Not quite yet.
That has been today's Rowdy.com Big Three. Thanks for watching.
Rowdy.com.
All right, now let's go into some details.
All right, let's talk about Carl Edwards. Because only...
you know and I know he is the favorite.
But only 7 times in, 26 years has the same guy won the All-Star race and followed it up with a victory in the 600.
Okay.
Only 7 times.
You sound like you don't think that's a lot. That's more than 25% of the time.
Well, I'm a liberal arts guy. I don't do math.
Okay, so I think that's a pretty good percentage. And not only that, but we would have made Carl the favorite for the 600 with no information.
Exactly.
Now he goes out and wins the All-Star race and proves that he has one of the few cars that can actually pass guys out there. So I think Carl Edwards has to be the favorite. If he doesn't screw anything up, if he gets a good pit stall, things like that will help. But over 600 miles, the Fords overall looked great, and Carl in particular looked great.
Right,
so he's got to be the favorite.
He's got to be the favorite, but it is over 600 miles, which is a long time.
A lot can happen.
And plenty of opportunity for something to get screwed up.
But the favorite...
As difficult as it is to handicap NASCAR, 600 miles makes it even more difficult to handicap
we're not
NASCAR.
picking Carl Edwards as the favorite against the field, right? We're picking Carl Edwards as the one guy we think has the best chance to win this race. And you have to say, there's really nobody else.
At this point, you have to say he probably is
I think
the
Greg
favorite.
Biffle could be there. Matt Kenseth could be there. Certainly a guy like Jimmy Johnson could be there. Casey Kent. There's a lot of guys that could be there. But based on what we've seen this season and this past week, Carl Edwards.
All right, Kimi Raikkonen. Let's move on. Kimi Raikkonen finished 15th. I think he finished fairly strong for, making his NASCAR debut and having only tested the truck, twice?
And not really running that well at the beginning part of the race.
Right.
And that was the interesting thing, is that he had a pretty ill-handling truck and was able to kind of get things back under control. Now, he did get a little bit of a break to get some track position, but I think that he acquitted himself really well.
And now he's going to run the nationwide race in a Nemco, a Joe Nemechek car prepared by Kyle Busch Motorsports and partly crewed by Kyle Busch Motorsports this coming weekend.
I think the real big question for this guy is, what's it going to take to make some kind of commitment for next season, and what will that look like? Is he trying to get into a cup ride? Does he want to race a season of nationwide? What's the kind of plan for a guy with a talent level of a Kimi Raikkonen?
You know what's interesting about Kimi? Remember when Juan Pablo Montoya first came over and he said one of the things he liked about NASCAR versus F1 was how friendly and relaxed and laid back the atmosphere is. Kimi Raikkonen expressed similar sentiments at Charlotte this past weekend about how nice everybody was, how relaxed and fun the atmosphere was. So, if that is attractive to him, he's gotten a taste of that, and perhaps we'll see him in a full-time ride.
One of these
year.
guys, whether it be Montoya or Raikkonen or someone else, one of these guys is going to come over and hit it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it'll just be interesting to see. It might be 20 years from now, but it's going to happen at some point. We might all be dead, but it's going to happen.
We might all be dead.
When it happens. We're definitely all going to be dead at some point.
That's the sentiment you want to express to the Rowdy Nation. We
Happy
might all
Monday.
be dead.
Happy Monday,
it's
everybody.
Tuesday, but okay.
What was the third issue again?
The third issue was, David Ragan
Yeah.
wins the showdown. It's the first time he's ever taken the checkered flag in a NASCAR Cup event. Do you count it as a win?
Yeah, I count it as a win if I'm David Ragan. I think you go out and you beat those guys. Granted, the field had been cold of all the good drivers.
Right.
Not all of them, but a lot of them.
He beat Brad Keselowski.
He beat Junior, who didn't have a good week.
Who hasn't had a good year.
Yeah.
He
beat – look, he's made the bigger story is he's made progress this year. He's running more at parity with his teammates. Still not quite as good as the big three over there, but he's running better. He's making progress. This was another sign.
And you got to think that part of that progress, yes, the Roush cars, the FR9s, the Fords are up from the past couple of seasons, but you also got to think maybe he and Drew Blickensderfer have found a connection.
I think they have
found some chemistry.
I think they have. I think we saw it at the end of last year. And again, for me, the story with this guy is, can he run closer to his teammates? If he does that, he's going to be getting somewhere.
Well,
he will his boat will rise with the tide of the organization.
The other issue, of course, is, before the season, a lot of the talk was, will Trevor Bayne take that ride because Ragan isn't an option year? Now, Trevor Bayne is a big question mark. I
yes,
mean,
unfortunately.
we wish him nothing but the best. And Ricky Stenhouse just got his first nationwide win, also a Roush driver.
Well, every guy's got there's a statute of limitations. And we just don't know how long. If you're a guy like Dale Earnhardt Jr., you got a lot of runway.
Yeah, your statute of limitations.
It's almost
constantly renewable, and now we tangentially.
Another issue.
He's
we
working
can
on
talk
a
about that
contract
tomorrow.
extension.
But I think for guys like David Ragan, you've got a shorter time to prove yourself, and you gotta if you're making progress and you're moving forward, you've got a much better chance.
You said Ragan has not yet done enough to save his job.
No,
but he's taken steps in that direction.
He's headed in the right direction. He's headed in the right direction.
Now, that's been the Rowdy.com Big Three. Thanks for watching on this Tuesday, the day after the NASCAR Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. We'll have more on that because we were there.
We were there.
And keep watching.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.